This week's all-new episode of The Flash was called Flashback, and it once again found Barry Allen attempting to increase his speed. This episode also just so happened to hit in the same week when The Flash, played by Grant Gustin, teamed up with Supergirl over on her show, and I don't know about you, but I was certainly waiting for them to make mention of that crossover. They never did, but hey, what you gonna do? Barry and the rest of Team Flash eventually hit upon the idea that maybe the way for Barry to get faster is to look to those who were actually faster than him, namely Zoom and the Reverse Flash. Of course, it's not like he can just ask either of these men for help, and even if he could, there's nothing that says they would help him. Only maybe they can find a way around this issue if Barry uses his powers to travel back in time to a moment wherein Eobard Thawne was still impersonating Dr. Harrison Wells. Longtime listeners of my reviews will of course know it always bugged me that they referred to Eobard Thawne wearing Dr. Wells' face as Dr. Wells or the evil Dr. Wells when we knew that wasn't the case. So you can bet I was super pleased when this episode decided to, kind of meet that issue head on with Wells 2 basically going, no, I'm Wells, the man you met never was. Now up until this point, the Flash show has used its time travel subplots, very sparingly, and more often than not a last second get out of jail free card. This is the first episode to really focus on it and be a whole episode built around traveling through time. Now, the moment they did choose to travel back in time to was the moment when Team Flash was battling against Hartley, the Pied Piper. Now, I was a big fan of the Pied Piper, and I was, really excited to hear he was coming back. It's just unfortunate that it's here in this time travel episode. Not to say the character isn't underutilized, but I'll get to my issues near the end. It would seem Barry has abused his time jumping powers one too many times, because Flashback featured the introduction of the Time Race, evil Harry Potter Dementor-looking guys who come to punish time-traveling speedsters. If you're a Stephen King fan, basically think the Langoliers, because that's more or less what they are. Now, being a time travel episode, this also means we get a chance for Tom Cavanaugh to reprise his role from Season 1, which is great, because I swear he really made that character everything he was, and Reverse Flash actually became weaker as a character once the Eobard Thawne actor took over. And hey, also because it's time travel, Eddie Thawne gets to come back. I don't think I ever got a chance to say this because I didn't review Season 1, but I always really liked Eddie as a character, mainly because, he was so subversive. More often than not on a TV show like this, the romantic rival, the other guy is just a raging dickhole for no reason, but Eddie was actually pretty cool and in the end showed, he had his own inner heroism. Sadly, the actor doesn't get a chance to do very much, but his inclusion here does help give Iris some closure later on in the episode. Now, all in all, this sounds like a pretty cool episode, am I right? And it was, but genuinely, there was a lot of flashback that kind of ticked me off too, mainly Barry after, very concisely being explained all the things that can go wrong when tampering with time travel, goes out of his way to make every single mistake in the book, even simple mistakes that he shouldn't have. I mean, I'm all for characters being fallible and making mistakes and all that other good stuff, but Barry screws up so frequently in this episode, and he really is smart enough to know better that it just gets annoying. But by far, the worst part is that when Barry returns to the present having completely screwed with the time stream and done everything he wasn't supposed to do, there aren't any real ramifications. In fact, he made time better by screwing it around. Now, Pied Piper is a good guy and having, reconciled with his, gay-hating family even. That kind of bugs me because I was really hoping to see him come back as a villain, and now that he's turned good, Captain Cold has turned good, we're not going to see that great Rogues Rebellion episode when it's all the classic Flash villains coming at him at once. In summation, Flashback was an interesting episode. It had some cool ideas, a bunch of great performances, but the time travel stuff was just annoying. Certainly not Legends of Tomorrow annoying, but close. I would give this episode a 6.5 out of 10, and I hope subsequent episodes will go back to the whole time travel thing and what it means now that the universe has essentially been reshaped. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Joel.